Braveheart going on the quick counter. Carnelli, nice little through pass there. Another through pass out to the wide wing here. Got Pinto cutting again. And a nice strike out for wraps around the back of the net. It's Leo Pinto with the opening goal for Braveheart here, 26 minutes. Braveheart lead 1-0. After a bit of a lengthy rain delay, he slips it past the keeper, and it's in the back of the net in the 90th minute. It's surely that Braveheart break the unbeaten streak at AFC Academy in the 90th minute. A great way to seal the game with an insurance goal. Succession from the kick out. And it's Braveheart again. Nice lob pass. The defender, he heads it off for a defensive header, but it's a mistake. A rebound. And it's the third and final goal, possibly. It's stoppage time. This time, it's Joe Holland.
Gives it to Michael Argy. Michael with a long ball down the right wing. Now the number 15 again, Kieran Slevin. Past at close proximity to Michael Argy. That one is over the bar. Hagan. A long ball, a dangerous one in around the goal line. That's Niall Medine there. Niall passes it off to Conor Hayes, the number. Kerry end up with possession there. So the number 10 gives it inside to the number 5 for Kerry, Shane Cronin. And that one is in the back of the net, and it looks like the scorer there is the Kerry mid. Frank with a direct ball inside. Right on top of the number 14, Luke Kelly. Now it's Jack McKenna. It's a good ball inside. It's a dangerous one. That one's in the back of the net. It's a goal for Cavan. Peter carries it across the middle. Still a good stop there by Joey Grace, the Cavan goalkeeper. Side to Niall Medine. Nice move by Medine to Liam Carney. This is the number 5 for Kerry. He passes it to Owen McElligott. Kerry player. That's the number 10 for Kerry, Tom Hoare. It's delivered inside. And that one's in the back of the net, and the scorer there is Bobby O'Regan. That's the full forward for Kerry, Bobby O'Regan. And now the number 10, Hoare. And Hoare puts it in the back of the net. An excellent goal there by Tom Hoare, who had a very, very strong game for...
check? Sound check? Okay. All right, Andre right. Is there... All right, do you see anybody, like, do you have 5 or 6 on there or no?
5 or 6? No.
No? Okay. So 7 is Lizard. Okay. You hear me? You hear me clear?
Yes.
All right, awesome. Not too loud. This is perfect right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aw, good help.
Thank you.
I'll talk to her a different way.
That's how she talks to me. Apologize.
Let's go. Try not to.
Duhamo Mimi. Okay. Just give me the thumbs up when we're on the air. Welcome to Michael J. Tully Park, a soccer staple in Nassau County, where New Logical Sports presents the United Premier Soccer League, where two of the top 3 teams in the Northeast American North will battle it out on the ground. It's New York Braveheart SC facing Osner's FC. Good evening, everyone. Jim Furchman here. Thank you for making us a part of your Saturday night. Braveheart's offense has been phenomenal over the last 4 matches. However, it's their defense that's been more stifling. 0 goals allowed since letting up 2 to NY Empire FC back on August 30th. The month of September has been a remarkable time for Braveheart, scoring 14 goals and allowing none. They're coming off their most dominant win since playing Kelmandi FC NY 6 days ago in a 5-0 victory, where Wisdom Houghtonji found the back of the net twice, one of 4 different scorers for Braveheart. Then for Osner, they're coming off their best offensive showing last weekend with 4 goals against Barcelona SCNY. Their season high is 5 goals when they played Red Hook FC in their second game of the season. Mikanider Chari was an outstanding game, and he had a hat trick, and he will look to increase his performance when they play tonight against Braveheart, the top team in the division at the moment at 5-0-1. Well, 5-1-0, and they have yet to lose a game this season. Coach Martinez says that they have the best midfield in the league, and we'll see how that goes out tonight. Go through your starting lineups for New York Braveheart, the home team. You got number 7, Leo Pinto. Number 4, Nicolas Oberach. Number 15, Glenford Gentle. Number 47, Danny Bedoya. Number 14, Eric Frimpong. Number 9 is Rock Carles Puig. Number 5 be Jordan Balon. Number 3, Wilson Quintero. Number 17, Duja Dembele. Number 21, Nico Cifuentes Diaz. And in between the... And your starters be Watts Lizard. Number 8, Duamal Mimi. Number 9, Keithlin Cesar. Number 10, Lucian Serge Anthony. Number 12 will be Silnick Pierre. Number 15, Sully Corneal. Then number 20, or 94, will be Juan Carmi Nicholas. There's your starters for tonight's game. Here, as we look forward to the second half of the season, just about underway. Osner checks in today at 4-2. They won their last game, but they've dropped 2 of their last 3. As both teams are ready to set up here. A beautiful Saturday night here in Nassau County, just outside of Garden City. Braveheart going through their scenario to start off. So Coach Ramirez going through his scheme. This is his first full year with the USPL. And he's said so far this team has a bright future. Some players not here tonight due to playing collegiately. So there is a possible conflict of interest, so they just want to keep that out of that as the team gets set for a picture. Osner waits as their team is still strategizing how to draw up and pick up their second straight win. So Braveheart's lone draw was the first game of their year, and they were playing East Coast FC. That was in a 1-1 tie. And that was all the way back in August 23rd at Brentwood State Park. Osners, they hail from Brooklyn, while New York, they hail from Central Islip. Braveheart, they won the division last year. However, they did fall to Chicago in the quarterfinals last year in a 2-1 loss. Teams get ready to set up. Watch out for the physicality for tonight's game. That is what makes Osner so lethal. Very physical, but however, Coach Ramirez of Braveheart, they want to make sure that they play their possessions with a bit of a purpose to match their physicality and not let them control the tempo. New York Braveheart already on the field. Osner just taking the field right now. Couldn't ask for a better night for some soccer. Not a cloud in the sky. You can hear a pin drop in this place. Head coach for Osner, be Walken Joseph, Ronald Nagier, Rolton Williams, and Pierre Jonis. And Jackson Jamiloff in between the pipes as he's getting the juices flowing, and we are underway at New Hyde Park. Coach Ramirez said he wanted to control the tempo. Crossfield pass, looking for Diaz. Quick mismatch. Osner tries to play it out, and it'll go right back to the bench of Braveheart. "45-minute halves as usual. Special thanks to cameraman Steven Sanchez right next to me. See where the physicality starts here for Osner. playing quick and composed at the moment. And right back at the opposing bench for Osner, some friendly fire almost. And Osner will throw it in. Still Nick Pierre with the throw in. And it goes to Mimi. Mimi. Looking to redraw it up. And a good defense. As Frimpong was forced out, and it will remain with Osner on the throw-in. The last time these two played was last year. Braveheart squeaked by in a 2-1 victory. Puig trying to set it up. Goes back to Diaz. Bedoya loses it. Here's Cherry. He's just trying to get something on net, and Cruz will control it. Cherry, a hat trick last game. Only one this season to record a hat trick for Osner. Good feed to find Dembele. Bedoya trying to play tight defensively for Braveheart. Serge Anthony draws it up past midfield. These are being tested hard. Good defense from Puig. Serge Anthony is showing off some nifty footwork. Aggressive mentality from Rocco. And they had nothing really there. I'll give it back to Jamalov. And ricochet right back into Braveheart direction. Gentle. One of many with 2 goals on the year. There's no standout scorer. They all can contribute in a multitude of ways. Long cross feed for Diaz. Just keeps it in bounds. And Braveheart looking to control offensively. Quintero goes right back to Pinto. The way to the far side. Good feed ahead to Sherry. And no one is back there. Sherry's got an easy goal from midfield. And it's 1-0 Osner quickly. Cruz was at the 25 and did not know Sherry had that much room, and he took advantage of it. And just like that, Braveheart has allowed a goal. Had 3 goals last game. And he continues his hot streak to start it off for Osner, 1-0. After Maisha Sherry. And then a turnover from Pinto. Setting it up for Lazard. Lazard on the cross feed. And a good recovery from Puig. And they're going to call a Osner, just get it out of there. So this would be a corner kick from Diaz. Puig. Oh, a throwdown from Serge Anthony. And that will keep Braveheart with possession. And that looked blatant from here. So 1-0 Osner leads early after the Cherry goal from midfield. That's something you don't really see every day, or any day. Bailon gets rid of it. Trying to find Oberach and turned over. And then turned right back to Braveheart. Looking ahead for Pinto. And then deflected aggressively by Caesar. So Keithlin Caesar getting involved, but it will stick with Braveheart. So it'll be a corner kick from Danny Bedoya. Bedoya with the butte. Oberach looking for the header, but is deflected by Osner. Has some possession, and it goes in! All the way from the 20. And it's Pinto capitalizing with the equalizer. It's 1-1. Went all the way to the top left side, and Jamilov could not defend it. An absolutely perfect place to put it top shelf. Took a risk and it paid off. Also trying to capitalize. Almost nearly turned over. Pierre. And a push-off clear by Lizard. All over Diaz. And we're talking about the physicality. There it was right there. Trying to box out. You already see tensions are starting to flare early. Oh, what a kick from Cherry. Nearly a no look to find him. Cherry has a lot of upside and good footwork. He dumps it off to Pierre. Pierre on the cut, and it's cut off. Serge Anthony showing some magic and a little push there, and he rolled his ankle. Opportunity. Bedoya to Dumbelli. Dumbelli looking for the corner. No one's on the opposite side. That was set up perfectly for Bedoya. Here's Oberach. Oberach looking for the corner. No one home. And a nice save below from Jamilov on the opportunity from Dembele. Duja almost detonated. Cherry. Talked to Coach Ramirez earlier today in a phone call, and he said had 3 of them last weekend, which came up to a 3-goal victory for Osner. Then if you take away him, you likely will win the game. Does 2 hours of film every day. He even said his family's not too pleased with it, but he's got to get the job done. Osner will reset. Two on one. Clean by Quintero. Good footwork, almost a slide tackle, and it's clean by Osner's defense. Frimpong, another clear tackle down, and we might have some repercussions for Osner. Braveheart will control midfield. Oh. No one in the backfield for Gentle, and he's tightly contested, and a whistle is called. But it will stick with Osner. So they say that Gentle initiated the contact as Jamilov waits to kick it away. And he will. He'll play it safe. Looking deep, and it's overthrown. Looking for Pierre, goes over his head. Puig. Goes right back to Pinto, who has the lone goal for Braveheart, and we are now in a stalemate in New Hyde Park. One apiece. Yet no reserves to check into this game yet. Jerry trying to keep it in his grasp. Good defense to keep him in front. Jordan Balon. Foot for foot. Step by step. And a throw-in coming in for Braveheart. Diaz being contested hard by Cherry. And Cruz will show off his leg and finds it nicely to Diaz. And then taken out. Let's see who will last to touch it, and it will go back to Osner. It was Pierre who played it nicely on the defensive side. Little spinorama from Pinto. Oberach on the far side, and it's a kick too far, looking for Gentle. There was a two-on-one opportunity against Jamalov. Braveheart in the red. You have Osner in the purple and orange. Lizard trying to get away from Brock, and Rock takes it away. Bit of an ankle turn. Did not touch the ball with his hand, and he still has possession. Still in bounds. That is unbelievable. Dumbelli going far side, and it's Gentle. And he's pushed down, trying to get a shot on goal, and it goes wide left. And there's no one to retrieve that ball. You got to go all the way back there and get it. Past the track. Here at Michael J. Tully Field, a beautiful complex here in Nassau County. So they're bringing a ball for him. So it will be a corner kick. This is a beaut. And it was off the head of Gentle, but again, wide left. See how Jamalov wants to play this, and he'll be conservative. And it pays off. And we have a stoppage. A wide kick all the way to the opposite side. It stays in play. It'll be retrieved by Balon. Oberach trying to set up Dumbelli. It's stuck with Pinto. And they're going to call offsides. Yes, they will. If you're just tuning in, Jim Furchlin here. New Logical Sports. Michael J. Tully Field for UPSL action, United Premier Soccer League, between Braveheart and Osner. Diaz all over that turnover, couldn't keep it in play. Looking at the speed from Corneal. Pierre Looking for the header, nobody home, and Oberach gets rid of it. But now Serge Anthony with possession. Long header deflected away nicely by Diaz. Duja goes back. Puig trying to set up Duja. He's one-on-one out by Osner. And we'll have a throw in here from Braveheart. Bedoya looking for a smart option. Pierre gets control of the turnover. Bayon cuts it off with his tremendous speed on the breakaway attempt. And nobody home. Sprinting Frimpong. And Cologne controls. Here's a breakaway possibility for Osner. Goes high and wide left. Just trying to get rid of it. It looks like we'll have our first reserve, likely. It just appears that Dumbelli's getting a breather, and he'll stay in the game. Here, almost nearly 25 minutes of action. We have some exhausted bodies here on the turf. Goes right back to Jamalon from Lizard. Osner trying to get around this defense from Braveheart. And it's cut off. Nicely done by Frimpong. And then he's knocked down to the turf. It'll be a free kick coming from Bedoya at the 35. See how Bedoya wants to play this out. Is he going for the net? Is he going for a team? He's going deep. Bedoya. And no dice. And nice cut up by Dumbelli. Diaz trying to push it upfield, stopped by Lizard. Lizard goes all the way out, trying to find Anthony, and it goes out of bounds. Anthony couldn't stop it. Coach Joseph trying to show some urgency to his goalkeeper. Gentle over his head. And Osner will regroup. Appeared to be a clean tackle. Puig showing some sportsmanship. Anthony goes midfield trying to find Sherry, and no dice. Baylon says, I'll have none of that. So it'll be a corner kick from Osner. And Anthony will control it from the left side. You got to be either thinking Lizard or Cherry. Anthony lets it fly. It's way deep, and a nice save by Cruz. Cruz throwing it all the way up for his team, but it looks like it's going to just stay in bounds for Dumbelly. And it goes right back to Osner. A little too aggressive on the throw from Cruz. Looking for Lizard. Cruz cuts it off. Tight matchup here in this first half. A good stop by Quintero. Towards the middle, Gentle. Finds Pinto. All the way towards the left side. One-on-one matchup. Trying to stop it. It's good! What speed and hustle. And credit Frimpong on the goal. That took a lot of effort. Was getting pushed behind. Lets it fly off the right foot. And it's 2-1 Braveheart. And that goes to show why Coach Ramirez before the game even said that he believes that his team has the best midfield in the UPSL. And that was an impressive effort from Frimpong. Was a late addition today. Came in, said that he was going to start. Didn't say that earlier today. When we got to the field about a half hour before the first kick, and he said, yeah, we're going to have Frimpong start. And that shows why. A lot of speed in the midfield. And another turnover. Oberach. Controls the far left side again. We've seen this movie before. Puig. And it's just a little too far from Gentle, and Jamalov controls. What are they going to call? Offsides. I believe that's what Pierre Jones, very frustrated and irate. And that's what I think they wanted, offsides. But that wasn't the case. Oberach, the Hofstra product. Anthony with the slight footwork, turned over. Defense by Diaz. Dumbelli touches the ground. And it will stick with Braveheart. Goes across the field. Bedoya trying to set it up nicely. Here's Gentle. Look at the footwork. Gentle, one-on-one. Goes back to Puig. Puig, no one on Bedoya. And they'll just control their offense from there. Controlling the tempo. Have a 2-1 lead. Halftime coming shortly. Not a single reserve you have to check into the game tonight. And the ball goes out of play. Got a fan barking in the stands. And I mean literally barking because it's a dog. Jerry moving it backwards. Jamalov a little contested with Gentle right in his face. And Frimpong was in the vicinity as well for Braveheart. And in midfield be a throw-in by Oberach. Just going deep here. Slight deflection. Puig. Setting out Oberach in the corner. Looking for Dumbelli on the outside. It's cut off. Anthony Lizard, left side, Dumbelli on his tail, goes way out towards the far right, sticks it in play for Sherry. Sherry, the lone goal, and it was early in the first 10 minutes or so, and it was from midfield, where Cruz was nowhere near the goalie, and it cost them. However, Pinto and Frimpong respond back with back-to-back goals, and that's where we stand right now just before half. Good defense from Oberach. Cherry may have lost his footing trying to get that kick in the air, and it goes out of play. Bedoya, St. John's product. Also, Balon, St. John's product. Puig, 4 years out of Hofstra. Cruz, an associate coach, well, assistant coach at Queens. And Lizard got all of that, but goes right back to Braveheart. One of Osner's defenders fell down and left someone in the vicinity in the offensive zone. Braveheart trying to play their game with a 1-goal lead on Osner. Cruz lets it fly. Dumbelli keeps it in his possession and nearly cut off by Osner, and we do have a card. So is this going to be a man-up opportunity? So no man up. Far left corner again. This is where they like to operate. And the defense was clogged. Osner trying to run away with it, but they have nowhere to go. Tightly contested by Gentle. And deflected, stays in play. Outstanding footwork by Pinto. Anthony looking for Cherry. And cut off once again. Quintero on the deflection. Wide kick, Cruz gets out of his position. He's got to be careful here. Lizard's right on his tail. And gets it safely to Diaz. Diaz goes midfield, and it's wide, looking for Gentle. Opposite side, saved by Cruz. And that will conclude the first 45. Or yet. I heard the ref counting down, thought that was the end of the first half, but my mistake. Deflected again. And here's Gentle. One-on-one, finding Dumbelli. Dumbelli has an opportunity, goes to the opposite side, and Frimpong was there, but they were not on the same page. Pinto. And it's cut off again by Osner. They're trying to keep that middle pass non-existent. Lizard with a breakaway. Goes wide right. Pass Cruz, but no shot on goal. You see several shot attempts coming from way deep because they're trying to penetrate into the offensive zone, but Braveheart's defense has been that stifling outside of those first 5 to 10 minutes. Since then, Osner has yet to sniff the 20-yard line. Dumbelli has the defense beat. Dumbelli had a chance, and it goes wide right. You just got to show the exhaustion and performance in these first 45 minutes. Have yet to see a single reserve step onto the field. Just running around for nearly 40 minutes, stopping and going. Jerry misplays it. Oberach past the 50. Lizard. And stopped over the head of Gentle. And Osner will take it from here. Means 2-1 Braveheart. New Logical Sports. UPSL. Here at New Hyde Park on this gorgeous Saturday night on the first weekend of October. Braveheart trying to extend and stay undefeated at 6-0 with the win over Osner tonight. Anthony trying to squeeze past the defense, and Puig's right there to head it away. Frimpong has an opportunity. He was offsides. You immediately saw the official wave, put his hand in the air before Puig even had possession because he was far away from anybody else. Pierre trying to squeak it by. Keep it in play. Lizard. And it will remain with Osner, so Puig last to touch it. Trying to draw something on the far side, and it goes over the head. I believe that was Joseph Ludwig Jeffrey. Good box out from Gentle. Pinto had an opportunity, but didn't want to leave his grasp and his possession on the field. The big body of Sherry bumping shoulders right away from Quintero. The shot on goal. And Cruz with his third save of the night. Just the countdown to see how long Cruz keeps the ball. And that'll do it for the first 45 minutes of action. Braveheart with a 2-1 lead on Osner. Cherry started it off in the first 10 minutes from midfield. Then Pinto responds with the equalizer, and Frimpong, Eric Frimpong, with the speed, falling down and puts it past Jamilov to make it a 2-1 game in the first 45 minutes. And we'll be back shortly. You're watching UPSL on New Logical Sports. Which time I get it?
Like 5-10 minutes. I have to like let it charge. That's why I have
course.
it. Do you like coming to these things?
I come sometimes. Came up the years he was doing it, like, since I met him, like, I would come to some games, like, some stuff.
Yeah.
Not everything. 'Cause I, I'm like, I can't do everything. I'm not a big sports person, but he
Gotcha.
is, so I support him.
Yeah,
You know,
of course.
sometimes I come if I'm like, have nothing going on, if no plans, and then,
And you
or
guys,
if I do, like, I just hang out with my friends and he does his thing.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
My,
Sometimes I come though.
my
but-
girlfriend wanted to come tonight, but I was like, I don't want to steal your time, you know, like.
Oh, yeah.
She's always coming, if anything. So I'm like, no, please stay home. Like,
Yeah.
I know she has a friend that just had a newborn, so I was like, go visit them and stuff.
That's nice. Yeah, like, so originally I was gonna hit my girlfriends, and then like, I'm like, you know what, I picked, cause this is like last minute for him.
Yeah.
But originally I had like date night for us, and I was like, you know what, you do your, extra money is extra money, do your thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll go hang with the girls, and I'm like, actually, like, let's make a thing out of it. Let's like eat somewhere after, like, let's make a date night out of it. Like, let's eat somewhere
that's
after.
nice.
So we're eating like somewhere nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah, and drinks.
I just
and
looked it
stuff.
up. It looked like a good spot.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just saw something close by. We're like, we don't go too crazy, like
Too
too far.
far,
So we're
right.
just like, it's close. So. Yeah.
How far was your commute when you drove here?
45.
45. It's not that bad.
Yeah. You're doing great, huh?
Appreciate that. My
mom
mom,
everything figured out?
my mom sent me.
Did you really figure it out, huh?
Huh?
You
Yeah,
already figured it
I
out?
do.
This one's at 39 now, so it's going lower and
Ooh,
lower.
from 40 to 39. What else is supposed to happen?
It's going lower, huh?
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah.
I got my mom texted me this like just before I was about to leave. I got a someone on the Long Island Press, like notable Center Reach residents, right here, sent the paper, and like media voices. I was the only one.
Oh shit! There you go.
So I was like, okay.
There you go. Put your name out there.
Ironically, Park 2-1. Braveheart leads Osner. Jim Furchon here calling UPSL action on New Logical Sports as Braveheart trying to come out hot out of the gate with a 2-1 lead over Osner. As they will now be going from left to right after going right to left in the first half. Leo Pinto and Eric Frimpong, both culprits for both goals for Braveheart. A lot of mismatch collision ahead. Oh, nice backwards kick. Gentle. Gentle stays in. Goes right back out. Pinto. Sets it up nicely. Gentle. Oh, that's saved by Gemma, but they're going to call an offsides. Good find from Pinto, being unselfish. Now it's a race between Sherry and Balon. And it goes to the far left corner of the near corner. And it's controlled by Cammie. Cologne. Cammie. It goes right back out to Seeley. Yeah, they are in their defensive zone. So they have to play with urgency and be right. Nice takedown by Anthony. Setting up nicely for Caesar. Keithlin will go far outside. Sets it up, and it is nowhere near the goal. Pierre shanked that high. So Frimpong remains out there. Along does Bedoya. Tots Ramirez said he was thinking about going with the reserve. And they were going to switch Gentle to a different position. And Dumbele will come out, and Wisdom Houtenji would check in. That was the plan. But we'll see when Coach Ramirez draws that up. Some reserves look to get warmed up. Cherry falls down, and he's in pain. And that's the last thing that Osner needs. Sherry is down, and he is yet to get up. It looks like a lower leg injury, and they're going to have to bring in a reserve. A very unfortunate sighting here for Osner. As the doctor comes out to check on him. The lone goal for either Misha Schneider Sherry is down on the field around the 18-yard line. And you heard him grimace and shriek as he was going down to the ground, and immediately grabbed that left ankle. So he needs some assistance to get up. Not putting a lot of weight on that left leg. But it's good to see that he is getting up on his own power. When you're playing step by step and you roll an ankle, it's never pleasant. So we're waiting to see who checks in. Balon straight away. And it's deflected. Nice defense by Mimi. Trying to stick it between a rock and a hard place. And when you're congested this close with 3 or 4 people around you, you always have to watch the ankles. Or be cautious with them. Seeley pushing it ahead. Sherry's back in the game. Sherry will let it fly. It goes off the hands and saved by Cruz with a missile straight at his face. And it returned back to sender. So he had all the power in the opposite leg. If that was his left side, he would have less power, but it seems like he's more than 80% okay. A little scared, but Sherry is clearly okay. Oberach right back to Cruz. Taken away. Puig has been all over the field defensively today. Diaz. And Dumbelli hit from behind. And that was all on Pierre. Dumbelli a little slow to get up now. May have got the wind knocked out of him. Slowly gets back to his feet. And he's wincing and limping a little bit, trying to get his rhythm back. And kick-in stopped by Diao. Missed time trying for Frimpong, went for the risk and didn't get it. Anthony up ahead to no man's land, and Cruz will let it go out of bounds. Lizard was in the vicinity. Along was Quintero. I mean, it's a 2-1 game here at New Hyde Park. Jim Furchwin, the United Premier Soccer League action on New Logical Sports. Quintero to midfield. Gentle. A 1-on-1 with Cologne. Oberach, the nifty sidekick. Oberach rolls an ankle. And he rolled that pretty good. That was right in front of us at the 40. And that's the third slight injury we've seen in this second half alone. So it may have been a bit of an acting job too, who knows? And Braveheart will keep possession. Bedoya goes out to Diaz. Dombele. Way outside his reach. Stop, turnover. Dombele against Diao. Far right corner. That middle ground is taken away. What a shot wide right. Trying to find Puig, but he puts it to the right. A lot of power off that right cleat. You have to be mindful about where the ball is going to fly, especially if you're one of the spectators just walking around on the track. stays in front. Jackson's out of his position. He's got to hustle back between the pipes. Lizard is double teamed and he keeps it safely. Mimi, he's deflected by Gentle. Excuse me, Frimpong. Cruz will keep it right in front of him. Picks it up. Goes right back to Balon. And Balon hit aggressively from behind by Sherry. Another green card. It's the second one tonight. Bedoya comes closely. Nice footwork by Puig. Puig looking towards the middle, and it's cut off by Diao. Lizard gets cleated and no whistle. Pinto goes wide left. So Lizard a little perplexed on why no whistle was called for him, as you heard him screech towards the turf. So Jason Badai is going to check in, and they're going to give Gentle a break. So Badai, one of the reserves, first one that we've seen. Chest pass to himself, Sherry. Frimpong goes to the turf, aggressive with Cammy. Schneider looking for the pass straight ahead, nobody home. It's Diaz pushing it ahead. Stopped by Bedoya. Dombele. Trying to find the newly checked in Badai was right there in front, but might have been called for offsides if he possessed it. Deflected, stays in play, hovering that far marker. Oberach. Dump. It's Badai with the moves and puts it on, and it's good! Just checks into the game. Jason Badai puts it home, and it's 3-1 Braveheart. How about that for an entry? Gentle comes out, Badai comes in and does his job, executes. Now a 3-1 game, Braveheart pulling away slowly. Osner really needs to step it up if they want to keep this game close, and they need to do it quickly. Pierre, far corner double teamed. Good defense from Quintero, along with some help from Dombele. And it's kicked out of bounds. And it looked like Quintero was the last to touch it. Careful there. Close zone there, and Cruz comes up unscathed. Puig ahead, and there goes Frimpong. And a soft kick from Jackson to keep it out of reach. Badai still has it. Oberach. Oberach takes it back. Another collision. And another person down. I think that's Frimpong that took the worst of it. He gets up quickly. I don't think he tried to sell it. And we do have a card. Mimi trying to plead his case to the officials. And we'll have a free kick from the 31.5-yard line from Bedoya. Oberach, far left corner. Goes back out. Bedoya tries to cut it inside. It's cut up by Diao. Badai trying to get another foot on it, and it's taken away quickly by Osner. Badai one-on-one with Diao. They try to inch closer into the offensive territory. Caesar against Oberach. Caesar looking for the cutoff, and it's deflected away by Quintero. It's the second time he's done that tonight. So this will be a corner kick coming from Osner, the near left side. Deflected. Diao keeps it in front. Caesar cut off by Frimpong, and it just stays out of bounds by a hair. And Caesar was last to touch. 3-1 game. Braveheart leads. Nearly 25 minutes away from starting this season undefeated. Frimpong, nice setup. Badai looking to set up again and kicked away by Cologne. Looking for Dumbele in the middle. And waiting for Wisdom to check in. He's getting warmed up. Had 2 goals in the prior win last week. In the 5-2 victory. So Ramirez said he was going to put Wisdom in, and he'll do that now. Well, a 5-0 win against Calmendi. So Frimpong will get a breather. Nice corner kick. Dumbele keeps it in his grasp. Playing between 3 guys, and somehow Jamalov gets it out with no consequence. In between 3 jerseys. And it's cut off nicely. Badai has nowhere to go with it, and he loses it. Keithland. Nearly goes past Wisdom. Pierre. Seeley with the footwork. Good defense by Pinto. Now we see the wheels from Dembele. Dembele looking for the center, and it was just a little out of the reach of Hootenji, who just checked in as well. Nice move by Oberach. Bedoya with some footwork as well. All the way to Dembele. Outside good spacing here from Braveheart. He's one-on-one with Pierre. Goes with the left foot, and that soars out from Pinto. Another reserve, Paulo Primavera checks in for Osner. Therefore, that gave Cammy a break. The 2-goal deficit. Primavera, reserve on reserve with Wisdom. A nice cut off again. Puig doing that all night long. Wisdom. And he's then cut off by Diao. And he can't keep it in play. So this would be a throw-in for Braveheart. No one was covering Bedoya. Quintero. Finds it nicely. Bedoya, what a pass. Dembele! And it is an offsides. Another nice save regardless from Jackson Jamalov as well. He tried to detonate that, and he had quite the separation to do so. Primavera just keeps it in play. Seeley back in the game, as well as Mimi. Anthony looking for Sherry, and there's Puig again, cutting it off. Wisdom. Great footwork. One-on-one Primavera, and it goes out of play. And we have a grab on Seeley. So Quintero will control from midfield. Oberach in the wrong place. Gets it right back. Turned over by Caesar. Deflection. Right back to Dembele. Brach with a tapper to Balon. Bouygues gets cut off, but still finds the pass to Dumbele. Dumbele, Pinto. Trying to set it up. Back to Wisdom. All right, here's Caesar. Nice cut on the opportunity, stopped by Balon again. Oberach got trampled by Lizard. You can see the frustration mounting for Osner. And maybe a little bit of fatigue as well. Badai. Dumbele keeps it in his grasp. And last touched by Osner. Looks like we're going to have a corner kick here. Appeared that was against Diao. So Bedoya will kick it from the far left side. Bedoya lets it rip. Oberach was right there and headed nicely in the opposite direction for Osner. Another card, this time on Braveheart for the first time tonight. We have another reserve coming in. It's going to be David Kamara. Waits to check in. Number 28. A good setup, Badai. Here's Wisdom with a 1-on-2. Wisdom lets it go, and it goes off. Is that going to count as a goal? Or was it an offsides? They're going to call it a corner. So this will be a corner kick. So everything happened so fast. You didn't see a celebration from Wisdom. So this is going to be a corner kick coming for Braveheart. Appreciate my producer giving me the specifics on that. Bedoya weaves past, and he lets it fly and nearly hits the uprights. And he's kicking himself for getting a chance that close to the net, and he didn't capitalize, and that would have been the dagger likely. And just out of the reach of Pierre. Diao with the turnover. Braveheart with possession again. Now Osner will regroup. Primavera on the box out. Goes right back to Primavera and disrupted by Bedoya, but it will stick with Osner. Puig running away, and almost, it's still in there, Badai with an easy goal. His second of the night. It was deflected right there as Jamalov was trying to stop it. They connected, and the ball still went in the opposite direction, and Badai won't get an easier goal this season than that. 4-1 Braveheart, and that will likely give Braveheart their 6th straight win of the season. 2 goals off the bench, Jason Badai, all in the second half. Have one more other reserve check-in. Mohamedou Drami comes in, and Dumbele likely will take the rest of the night off. 4-1 Braveheart. Now 18 goals in their last 5 matches. Anthony, double team, taken away by Puig. He's done that tremendously tonight. Bedoya using his footwork to navigate. And no dice, he couldn't get past Mimi. Pierre, right back to Anthony. Trying to find a sliver and nothing home. Looked like he was trying to go to Cologne. Nope, Sealy. So Bedoya gets a break as well. And Juan Moreno checks in also for Braveheart with a comfortable 3-goal lead. And Wisdom nearly got around the defense. Bodies collide. Osner sticks with it. Cut off. Moreno. Sets it up nicely. Lizard. Watts using the footwork, trying to get some type of separation. There hasn't been much tonight. Goes way wide left off the foot of Pierre. Cruz lets it fly. So Wisdom thought that Diaz was being a little over-aggressive and letting them play on. Sealy 1-on-1 with Puig. Puig has been spectacular tonight defensively. And we have an offsides. The shot would have gone wide left anyway, setting it up nicely for Badai, looking for the hat trick. Trying to cross midfield. Nice setup to find Lizard. Goes in the middle, Sherry. And taken away. That was Balon. Moreno. Wisdom tries to squeak it through for Badai, and he loses control. Lizard. Back up top. Campbell now checked in. Set it up nicely. Good contest. Campbell nearly puts it in and stopped by Cruz. Wisdom. One-on-one with Diaz. Look at the footwork. With the right, stopped. And clashed away by Jaminov. His 5th save tonight. He's been active. So this will be a corner kick. Wisdom waiting. And he'll play it conservatively. Moreno. Just to get some type of shot on goal as a reserve, as Dramey puts it through the uprights, but that won't count for anything. Gonna keep it alive. Moreno double teamed. Keeps it in his possession. Dumps it right back off. And a trip as Anthony got to Puig. So 2 more reserves will check in shortly. Dramey. Nobody home. And that one rolls out of play. So Joseph Ludwig Jeffrey will check in soon. As Anthony will check out. And this appears to be Cherry will also take a breather as well. Another corner kick coming from Braveheart. And this stopped away. Puig. Puig with the nasty footwork. Finds it again. Keeps it out of harm's way. It's just a matter of time of possession at this point with a 3-goal lead. A little more than halfway through the second half, basically. And Braveheart's been super disruptive trying to cut off that middle pass, and they've done that extremely successfully tonight. Moreno sets up Drame. And it goes in between the wickets of Badai. He wants that hat trick. There's the cutoff again. And Primavera kicks it out. That was Balon who was shoved. There's the corner again for Wisdom. Wisdom sets it up for Balon. There's the Hattie. Wisdom to Balon, and it's 5-1 Braveheart. Jason Badai. 3 goals in the second half for Braveheart. The East offense has been scorching hot the last month. The Northeast American. So a hat trick for Sherry last game. Now Badai gets a hat trick off the bench. And on the sideline, Sherry has that left cleat and sock off his foot. And he's definitely banged up after tonight's performance. The lone goal in the first 5 minutes of this game from midfield. And that was all that they can really stifle against this incredible defensive showout. Badai now finds Dramey to put some more icing on the cake. Dramey goes far. Cut off. And Osner will do just that. And a cut up by Quintero. Pierre. Nothing there. Lizard. Just looking for some control offensively. Sit right up the middle, deflected again by Puig and Balon in the vicinity. And that was off the foot of Ludwig Jeffrey. Missile off the foot of Ludwig and goes right back out of bounds. And that will do it. Here from Michael J. Tolley Field in New Hyde Park, New York Braveheart FC defeats Osner FC by a score of 5-1. And the second half was a one-man show, and it was Jason Badai with 3 goals off the bench consecutively. Meishner Sherry, the lone goal in the first 5 minutes for Osner from midfield, literally, make it 1-0. Then Pinto ties it, and then Eric Frimpong give them the lead just before the end of the first half. And then Badai finished it throughout the way with 3 goals off the bench to give Braveheart their 6th victory of the year. And as Coach Ramirez said, likely the best midfield in the league. Special thanks to producer and cameraman Steve Sanchez for letting me contribute to tonight's broadcast. And we really appreciate you for all tuning in. This was United Premier Soccer League on YouTube. I'm Jim Fortune saying so long and farewell from New Hyde Park. Your final score is 5-1 in favor of New York Braveheart. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks, man. I'm pretty sure I screwed up that heading. I think I said